In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. The undisciplined man does not maltreat himself alone, but he sets the whole world on fire. A table of food was coming down from heaven without headache, trouble, and without selling and buying, when some of the people of Moses cried disrespectfully, "Where is garlic and lentils?" Straightway, the heavenly bread and dishes of food were cut off. There remained for all of them the toil of sowing and laboring with mattock and scythe. Again, when Jesus made intercession, God sent food and bounty from heaven on trays. But once more the insolent fellows omitted to show respect and, like beggars, snatched away the viands. Although Jesus entreated them, saying, "This is lasting and will not fail from off the earth." To show suspicion and greed at the table of majesty is ingratitude. Because of those impudent wretches who were blinded by greed, that gate of mercy was closed upon them. On account of withholding the poor tax, no rain clouds arise, and in consequence of fornication, the plague spreads in all directions. Whatever befalls thee of gloom and sorrow is the result of irreverence and insolence withal. Any one behaving with irreverence in the path of the friend is a brigand who robs men, and he is no man. Through discipline this heaven has been filled with light, and through discipline the angels became immaculate and holy. By reason of irreverence the sun was eclipsed, and insolence caused an Azazel to be turned back from the door. The meeting of the king with the divine physician, whose coming had been announced to him in a dream. He, the king, opened his hands and clasped him to his breast, and received him like love into his heart and soul, and began to kiss his hand and brow, and inquire concerning his home and journey. So, with many a question, he led him to the dais. "At last," said he, "I have found a treasure by being patient." He said also, "O gift from God and defense against trouble, O thou who art, the meaning of patience is the key of joy. O thou whose countenance is the answer to every question. By thee hard knots are loosed without discussion. Thou interpretest all that is in our hearts. Thou givest a helping hand to everyone whose foot is in the mire. Welcome, O chosen one, O approved one. If thou vanish, destiny will come upon us, and the wide room will be straitened. Thou art the protector of the people. He that desires thee not hath gone to perdition. Nay, verily, if he do not refrain." When that meeting and bounteous spiritual repast was over, he took his hand and conducted him to the harem. How the king led the physician to the bedside of the sick girl, that he might see her condition. He rehearsed the tale of the invalid and her illness, and then seated him beside the sick girl. The physician observed the color of her face, felt her pulse, and inspected her urine. He heard both the symptoms and the secondary causes of her malady. He said, "None of the remedies which they have applied builds up health. They, the false physicians, have wrought destruction. They were ignorant of the inward state. I seek refuge with God from that which they invent." He saw the pain, and the secret became open to him, but he concealed it and did not tell the king. Her pain was not from black or yellow bile. The smell of every firewood appears from the smoke. From her sore grief he perceived that she was heart-sore, well in body, but stricken in heart. Being in love is made manifest by soreness of heart. There is no sickness like heart sickness. The lover's ailment is separate from all other ailments. Love is the astrolabe of the mysteries of God. Whether love be from this earthly side or from that heavenly side, in the end it leads us yonder. Whatsoever I say in exposition and explanation of love, when I come to love itself, I am ashamed of that explanation. Although the commentary of the tongue makes all clear, yet tongueless love is clearer. Whilst the pen was making haste in writing, it split upon itself as soon as it came to love. In expounding it, love, the intellect lay down helplessly like an ass in the mire. It was love alone that uttered the explanation of love and loverhood. The proof of the Son is the Son himself. If thou require the proof, do not avert thy face from him. If the shadow gives an indication of him, the Son himself gives spiritual light every moment. The shadow, like chat in the night hours, brings sleep to thee. When the sun rises, the moon is cloven asunder. There is nothing in the world so wondrous strange as the sun. But the sun of the Spirit is everlasting. It hath no yesterday. Although the external sun is unique, still it is possible to imagine one resembling it. The spiritual sun, which is beyond the ether, hath no peer in the mind or externally. Where is room in the imagination for his essence that the like of him should come into the imagination? When news arrived of the face of Shamsuddin, the son of the religion, the sun of the fourth heaven drew in its head, hid itself for shame. Since his name has come to my lips, it behoves me to set forth some hint of his bounty. At this moment my soul has plucked my skirt. He has caught the perfume of Joseph's vest. He said, "For the sake of our years of companionship, recount one of those sweet ecstasies, that earth and heaven may laugh with joy, that intellect and spirit and I may increase 100-fold. I said, "Do not lay tasks on me, for I have passed away from myself, Fana. My apprehensions are blunted, and I know not how to praise. Everything that is said by one who has not returned to consciousness, if he constrains himself or boastfully exaggerates, is unseemly. How should I, not a vein of mine is sensible, describe that friend who hath no peer? The description of this severance and this heart's blood do thou at present leave over till another time." He said, "Feed me, for I am hungry, and make haste, for time is a cutting sword. The Sufi is the son of the present time. O comrade, it is not the rule of the way to say tomorrow. Art not thou indeed a Sufi then? That which is in hand is reduced to naught by postponing the payment." I said to him, "It is better that the secret of the friend should be disguised. Do thou hearken to it as implied in the contents of the tale. It is better that the lover's secret should be told in the talk of others." He said, "Tell it forth openly and nakedly, and without unfaithfulness. Do not put me off, O trifler. Lift the veil and speak nakedly, for I do not wear a shirt when I sleep with the adored one." I said, "If he should become naked in thy vision, neither wilt thou remain nor thy bosom nor thy waist. Ask thy wish, but ask with measure. A blade of straw will not support the mountain. If the sun, by whom this world is illumined, should approach a little nearer, all will be burned. Do not seek trouble and turmoil and bloodshed. Say no more concerning the son of Tabriz. This mystery hath no end. Tell of the beginning. Go, relate the conclusion of this tale." How that saint demanded of the king to be alone with the handmaiden for the purpose of discovering her malady. Today we have gathered the teachings of Rumi, but remember, the most valuable wisdom is always within us. No matter which path you choose, listen to your heart. In the next video, let's dive even deeper into inner discoveries. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. If there's a series you'd like to see or a topic you're curious about, let me know in the comments. Stay with love and see you in the next video.